This video aims to provide you with guidance on how to produce a psychedelic colour photo edit inspired by the work of Phyllis Denton. Now, as you can see on the screen, Phyllis's work is very much inspired by kind of like the colours you see in particularly 1960s psychedelic art during like the hippie period, where lots of colours were really brought into artwork and lots of vibrancy brought into images. Her urban photography work and her photographs are actually very straightforward in terms of what's been photographed, in terms of the subject matter, but her use of colour really brings out a much more imaginative, dreamlike quality to her work. So we're going to produce something similar for this particular part of our project in Photo P. Once again, you will need to choose a photograph from your urban photo shoot, whether that's from your school photo shoot or from your urban location photo shoot. I've chosen one from the school, and I'm going to turn this into this psychedelic style art. Now, when you looked at Phyllis's work, you will see that it seems to be quite complicated. How do you get all those colours? But actually, the process is very simple. And simply, all we use for this technique is our curves tool. So once you've chosen your picture, and when you've chosen your photograph as well, try and choose an image that's got kind of a lot going on in it, so then there's going to be lots of different colour combinations going on. Once you've opened it up, go up to the image menu, go to adjustments and open up your curves tool. Now for this, you won't just be sticking to and moving the graph within the grey area, within the actual tones of the original photograph. We're actually going to really take it way above and beyond. We're going to create an effect on curves where the straight line is going to be almost like a wavy line on its own. And this is how we're going to do it. So simply just click a part of that line, and I'm first just going to take up the brightness there, but then I'm going to pull some of this line back down again. And when I begin to kind of move this line in various different directions and pull it away from its standard bottom to top corner image, you can begin to see how all the colours are now solarizing. That means we've got strange lighting effects happening there. We've got the colours obviously changing a lot. And you can probably see how you begin to really play with it, how the colours can really begin to change and transform. The more waves you put into it, and the more times you kind of grab it and move it, the more extreme the colours will become. And that's really down to your choice of what you want to do with the image, what's the effect you're after. Okay? If you think you've gone too far, and you don't really like that, just press reset, and it'll take it back to where it was, and you simply start again. So let's just have another go at doing this, and I'll just show you how eventually you can create something where that's looking a bit more like a Phyllis Denton type colour scheme. Now, we're not only just going to use curves for this, we are going to use other tools as well, but this is kind of the main basis of creating the change of colour. So I'm just going to go with that. And I think I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to keep that as it is and just press OK. So that's kind of, first of all, my first version of it, my first kind of go at it. What I'm now just going to do is go back up to my image and my adjustments and just go into my hue saturation. And what I'm going to do here is just use my saturation tool. Do I want the colours a bit stronger? Well, they're strong already, but I might just increase them a bit more. And actually, I'm happy with the actual combination of colours. If I want to, I can use the hue tool and actually then use and change the colours in a different kind of waves of colour there. And it just gives you lots of different options there. So, for example, I might actually kind of keep it a bit like that one. The final thing you might want to do as well is try on image again and adjustments, and maybe go to your invert tool as well. And the invert tool kind of reverses all the colours, so that might work for you as well. Once you've got the effect that you're happy with, just check back to the work of Phyllis Denton to see if that's the sort of thing that you're after. And once you've done that, you can file and export it as a JPEG or a PNG and put that into your project. I'd like you to produce 3 different photographs using 3 different images in the style of Phyllis Denton for this particular task, to experiment with her use of colour in psychedelic tones. Thanks everyone, and I look forward to seeing what you produce.